guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin, and today we're back with you guys for Black Sail Season 3, Episode 4.
Last episode, Woods Rogers and his people showed up to Nassau. We also found out that if he fails in Nassau, the Spanish will take care of it, and it's not a good solution. So we felt that we were fucked either way, but still we were ready to fight until Eleanor came up with a plan to send our Harnigold to the beach and propose the pardons, and most of the pirates took it. So they're asking for Charles' death, and everyone else that's friends with Charles, they don't want to give up Nassau. So I don't know what they're gonna do, but they've lost their army. And it wasn't much of an army to begin with, but
True.
it's what they had, right? So we're kind of fucked, and I don't really know how they'll get out of there, but we'll see. And while this is happening, Flint and his crew ended up on an island after having a good talk with John.
A good talk about trust.
Yes, John took him away to investigate a whale's body, and he basically told him the truth about the Urca de Lima and how he manipulated Flint.
It was me all along.
Yeah, and he was like, you either kill me or you accept me and my intelligence and you view me as a partner, because we're gonna be stronger together.
He's still alive, so that's a good thing, I guess.
So he took him as a partner. It's the first step in the right direction. But yeah, now they are weakened, they are on a new island, and there are people there already, and they don't look friendly. So I don't really know what's gonna happen, but I am a bit afraid.
It's a mess right now.
For everyone. So I also finished recently to replay Black Flag game, so a lot of shit I forgot, but it's gonna bring back all the feels. Right? So let's jump in this episode and see what they have in store for us. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of these, and check out our Patreon for the full-length reactions.
Alright, let's go.
And they're like, finally a time to rest and be fine and save.
And now we're at the beginning of Pirates of Caribbean 2.
Yeah.
With most of the crest being eaten by the locals.
Men have been asking questions.
What's next for us? Men must be prepared to return to an embattled Nassau. Must know we're about to join a fight to resist a British incursion.
If not a Spanish
Yeah,
incursion.
already.
He knows in his heart.
If there was one at all, it's likely it didn't last long.
He's right. Shit. There are still people who want to fight, but they can't do shit on their own.
Be careful, Billy.
Be our friends. Captain!
Our men resisted because you and I told them to. When you and I speak with one voice, we seem to be able to compel them to any end.
It is called charisma.
Nassau will not be able
Plus
to
10.
maintain such resolve. Not without you or I there to help and stir.
Yeah, it's kind of true.
How can you be so sure about this?
Because nobody else has charisma.
He has no faith in Charles or Jack.
Nope.
We could maybe prove him wrong, but right now we're fucked. And you have issues to take care of. Oh, there's a mix of people there. What, a crew that ended up here?
Maybe.
Can we talk?
Can we have a moment to just rest, please?
I assembled my staff of advisors for this enterprise. I spared no expense. Some of the most promising sons of the most prominent families in London.
Yet you outwitted them all.
I think it's fair to say I wouldn't trade you for any 10 of them.
Thank you.
By daybreak tomorrow, I'm told more than half of the pirates will have accepted the King's pardon. In the 30 days that follow, I will need to accomplish 90 days' worth of progress just to keep schedule. I will need someone by my side at all times to aid in seeing it done. A senior counsellor, serving without portfolio. At the moment, I believe you represent the best candidate for it.
Because I suggested sending Hornigold to the beach.
Because you know the place.
Because you're smart.
You know Nassau.
And because you're not afraid of being thought to be wrong when you know that you're right.
You got attitude.
Won't the promising sons resent my presence in such a senior capacity?
I'm fairly certain I don't care. Do you?
No.
Then you're hired.
They like each other. I wouldn't be surprised if she tried to take more advantage of the position by trying to get closer. Because he says, without portfolio, please.
Don't be greedy. You and I have known each other for years. There's at least you two for a friend. Sooner or later, there's going to be 100 more men out here, Jack. And this ain't going to be your decision anymore.
Open it.
Facing it before there's 100 men. Oh, shit! I guess that works. Anyone else?
This is his counter-offer.
You recognize him?
Nope.
Paul. Something or other.
Why just you?
Island full of murdering, thieving fucks. And you were the only one they can't forgive.
Because he has charisma.
No, because it's about Eleanor.
The men behind that door will soon be joined by hundreds more seeking the bounty.
We'll be besieged.
It's cool though that they're protecting him like this. Friends.
The men have cast their lots. They are resolved that you convince Captain Vane to depart the fort. They believe that turning him over might convince the British commander to allow them to keep the fort and the gold.
Nope, that's not how it works.
Teach is still on the bay. There may yet be a way to salvage some defense.
It's over.
So what do? His crew wants him to give up Charles.
Now all that remains is that we escape this place and survive.
All the doors are covered by men seeking the bounty.
And I suggest we manufacture a new exit.
Blast your way through the walls.
Dig a hole.
His crew wants him to give up Charles, so he has to pick his friend, or it looks like he's picking his friend, but he'll be on his own. Anne and Jack will be on the run.
You know why? Because the crew is dumb as shit.
No, the crew is looking to...
No, the crew think that if they give up Charles, they can keep the gold and the fort.
They're hoping for this.
Yeah, but they're being stupid a bit.
But running away with Charles is not necessarily a good idea either.
Who are they?
Maroons. They're scared slaves.
We've taken slaves onto the crew before, freed a lot of them. Won't that put us in good step with them?
We sold more than we freed, and they know it.
Can't you help him out?
It's all right.
Carry him.
Give him some pride a bit.
Shit.
Dude, you're dead. When the enemy is walking towards you, you're fucked.
Yeah, the confidence and I will get you. He knows the island better than we do.
You can run, but you can't hide. And that's why. Yep, I think he's dead.
That's why he was walking. He knew there was no way out. Hey! It's not just a camp, it's a fucking town, man. They've built some shit. Right away, there's no trust, but we can build that, right? We can work on that. Because right now, they are freed slaves who are looking at slavers as far as they know.
Which one is your quartermaster?
I am.
You speak for your men? Then I speak with you. How did you find this place?
Interesting. By mistake.
Yeah.
We were defeated in battle, thrown by a storm onto your shore. There was no design in it.
Who else knew your position?
Nobody.
Who else knows where to find you?
We're alone.
That is a
I
risk.
give you my word.
Because being like, no one's looking for us could mean they'll kill you and no one will care.
Would you wager the lives of all those in your care on the word of a pirate?
No.
That one.
What are you? What did he do?
Maybe it's a test. They don't want to be found. They're truly trying to make sure no one's gonna come find them. No one's gonna look for them.
They used to be slaves. Of course they don't want to be found.
Where are they taking him?
I'll interrogate us one by one. Make sure our stories jibe.
And then what?
For those that survive the first purge, it'll be hard labor.
Though not like any you've ever known, but of the kind they've known.
Who are you?
My name is Ben Gunn. I've learned 12 hard lessons from that woman, each with the same end. That sooner or later, death awaits any man who lays eyes on this place.
I'm kind of hoping that it's a charade, that they're freaking them out, just for the sake of freaking them out.
We need to get out of here.
Please?
They're gonna make caves with our bones.
Fuse is lit. In a few minutes, that wall is going to be a lot shorter.
They will blast their way out.
When it happens, we should have a clear path over the rubble. We'll cover your escape to the jetty.
My escape.
What about yours? What about Anne?
Teach respects you, but me, I have no interest in living as a target of his.
You know there's no way I'd ever let that happen.
Nor would I be a ward of yours. Made something for myself here. I'll make it again somehow, but I've come too far to go back.
You'll take the pardon.
Who knows? I hadn't got that far yet. But wherever we land, Anne and I will be taken care of.
You set aside some of the gold.
Yeah. She did. I had nothing to do with this.
How much?
I know.
Fucking around. Put him out.
Right, just a moment.
What?
I was just going to say I'll see you soon. But that would probably be a lie, wouldn't it?
Probably.
Jack. Don't let go.
These two, man, I love it. They've been pushing their relationship this season.
Fuck you, Jack.
Yeah, that's I love you in his speech.
That's what you call a best friend.
He is putting his life at risk with good reasons, but he did tell Blackbeard that Jack has and will give his life and put himself in danger for him.
My appointment as your advisor. I understand that you don't care what reaction your people may have to it, but your people, I'm afraid, are only half the issue. I have enemies on that island.
Yeah.
I have no idea what the future may hold for me here, but I believe your success is key to it. The last thing I would want to do is undermine you.
Focus on that first.
Oh.
So my hope that this might be a ruse is fucked.
They're dead?
She is everything here. They say there is a king, or a husband, that he exists abroad, salvaging those rare items necessary for life here, but impossible to produce. But I've seen no evidence of him, which is not to be underestimated.
Plans forming?
What about the other one?
Daughter, I believe. From the deference she's shown, I imagine she's next in line.
Or if you get to the daughter, you can get to the mother?
Maybe.
If we do nothing, they likely kill us. If we attempt to escape, they likely kill us, or the forest does it for them. Oughtn't we be searching for a third option with the...
I'm good looking. You're good looking. Let's go.
I think they want us to think they're all of one mind here. But in a place like this, how can that be?
Or he thinks the daughter thinks differently. So get to the daughter, and you create a side that goes against the mother. That's what he wants to do. Create dissent. Hey. No, none of that. None of that. We're going to Daddy Blackbeard. Leave us alone. Come on, buddy. Oh! Or not. Hey! Two badasses, man. Thanks, Dad. You're welcome, son.
She on deck?
Yes, sir.
Oh, Eleanor.
With Alicia. Quarterdeck.
She was right that if you, like, Charles being alive is a bad thing if you want to civilize Nassau.
True,
but for sure there's a part of her that gave his name because he had a grudge against her and she would never be safe as long as he was around, I feel.
I see no way out of this.
No matter what I do, it leads to the same outcome.
Death.
And I wonder if it wouldn't be best just to accept that I have no choice in the matter. I miss you.
I miss you too.
You're not yourself.
When we arrive out there, I am to leave you behind.
You need to grieve.
You need to let go.
What if I were to stay?
You'll die. That's not what she would want, or anyone else that loves and cares about you. And people depend on you. You can't just give up.
Do you know who I am?
You were her daughter.
I understand from your men that you were defeated in battle. Then you offered pardons for all your men. Is that true?
Yes.
But you refused. Why?
Your men are filled with anger towards England, as are mine. But my captain wants England to see that anger and make them fear it. And for whatever reason, your mother would prefer your men fear England.
I see.
She wants to fight back. He's trying to appeal to that. Let her think about it. Okay, I think we did a good thing here. Because I think she wants to fight back. The others, maybe they've suffered for so long that they'd rather just live hidden away and be left in peace. But she's angry, man. We can see a future with that, yeah.
I don't doubt your anger towards her, but I have to ask. If in the course of our maneuver, we are forced to choose between escape and her death, where are you?
Because we can't trust you if you...
She was on that deck for a reason. So it's here.
Okay.
To provoke me into making a mistake.
He's not gonna fall for
What
it?
matters most is achieving our goal.
Okay. Kill the bitch.
Charles Vane sees past his anger to achieve the greater end. How did that happen?
I was taught a lesson once.
Taught by whom?
Huh?
Freddie.
He can't obsess over her. Whether it's by, loving her or hating her, he cannot think of her.
She's under a white banner, gun ports closed. She's either surrendering, or we have her dead to rights.
Okay, plan is in action.
Set the anchor cables. break our line over the approach of a schooner. I think you overestimated.
While there's still time, cut the goddamn cables.
He doesn't trust them, and it's okay. Aha! It's a fucking bomb.
Damn it.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
Yep.
Oh fuck.
We'll break the line, man.
Cut the anchor cables! Get us underway! That's the anchors!
You'll either stay there and suffer the consequences, or you'll move and we'll pass.
You're aiming too high! Aiming is how? At the water!
It's a very small ship and they've got a big boat. Great plan.
There is conflict amongst them. It is there to be exploited. This seems to be a significantly more promising option than charging into a trap-laden forest. I'm not sure why I needed to say that out loud. Where are you?
Considering death.
Peter Ash, Miranda, her husband, and I, we work to obtain a universal pardon and introduce it to Nassau to eliminate piracy and restore colonial rule there.
You don't know about his past yet.
Yeah. Time to come clean.
I moved away from those things, inch by inch, and now, in this cage, I wonder if resisting it doesn't set me in opposition to everything I once understood to be good and right. To forgive, to make order of chaos.
To be him, man.
I wonder if the pardons are the victory, and that the most enlightened thing that I can do is sit still and let this be the end of Captain Flint.
Again, it's him before James and him after Flint clashing.
I am showing you a way in which we can survive this. You're new to this. Being responsible for men's lives. But I know what the woman who leads this place is facing right now.
He's the mother and he's the daughter.
Oh, yeah.
She will not let us leave this place alive.
The survival of our people depends on it, so yeah.
We'll all face certain death with our own kind of lie. Yours is that you can talk your way past it.
As he usually does.
But for me, I don't know that I have any more lies left in me.
He's just so done struggling. He hates himself so much, like he's just... I feel so bad for him.
I know all you want is to protect us. But what you intend to do tomorrow toward that end, I think it is a grave mistake.
Maddie.
We share a common enemy. Does that not make us friends?
Maddie, the men in that cage are deceitful men. You must not let them sway you. Your father and I built this place to separate ourselves from their world.
We're not that separate from them.
We are separate enough that we have no need to see them, to steal from them, to fight with them, to know their chains again. I have worked so hard to ensure that you've never had to see those things. But I have seen those things, and I will hold them at bay for as long as I'm able to.
She's reached a peace. A fragile peace, but peace nonetheless. The young people want to fight back.
Why not consult father? He knows these men. He sailed with them.
Who is the father?
I wonder who is the father, yeah.
Your father aids us.
Is it Mr. Scott?
Oh, yes it is. It's Mr. Scott.
But when it comes to the safety
Well,
of the
holy
people in
fucking
this
shit.
place,
Wait, no, maybe.
your father knows.
No, it's Mr. Scott.
Is mine.
It's Mr. Scott.
I was wondering, and I didn't want to, propose this.
You know where you're going, yes?
Yeah, he's gonna set them free.
He's sending the slaves to that place.
Once you reach the camp, my wife will...
That makes a lot of sense.
Oh, that's nice.
Who's there?
Run!
Stop! The rest of you, disembark now.
I will explain to Captain Honeygold.
Lower your weapons. Now!
Careful, careful! Ah, fucking hell.
Oh, shit. Is he dead? He's shot, right?
Well, I don't know if it's him. It could have been the other guy that was right behind him. Oh, please let it be the other guy.
No, it's Mr. Scott.
Oh, shit.
Please, bring him with you. He's gonna vouch for Flint and his crew. Please.
Fuck.
If there's someone who can save Flint, it is Mr. Scott.
So it kind of makes sense, and yet it goes against what I said before about how I felt that with Mr. Scott, that he was just rolling with the changes, the least amount of resistance, right? Because his goal was to survive, and I was like, okay, everything that comes to Nassau, he takes it in and he adapts and stuff. But in his own way, he was rebelling, but for good reasons.
It still makes sense for him to survive, because if he survives, no matter who is the winner from that fight, he can send resources to his family and his people.
What I meant is that it goes against how I thought of it, right?
Mhm.
Like, I thought he was doing this to survive, and he thought of himself. Now that we know he's got a family out there, he's adapting, but only because he rebels in his own way. It's not that he adapts to their new system. It's just that he needs to stay alive in the system so he can still send resources back to his family.
Makes so much sense.
But I guess you could definitely see the reason why their solution works best for them if they've suffered. Like, when you've suffered for years and you've seen the horrible shit, and maybe once when you were a kid or a young adult, you've tried to rebel, you've tried to fight back, and when you always end up suffering and it never leads to anything, you'd rather step back, and you found this place, right? You build it up, and you try to live in peace, and it's way better than going back, because you know that if you go back, you'll just suffer more, and your children will suffer too, right? So for them, like, giving up the fight and surviving in that way, that's the best way for them to gain peace. That is the outcome that someone who's suffered too much would seek. Peace, even if it means, like, throwing away the need to fight or throwing away pride or whatever, right? I can understand why Flint would also adhere to that idea, because he's also suffered for years. He's struggled. What it led to was the death of everyone he loves. And for a time, right at the beginning of the season, he was really angry, and he was trying to... Like, someone said it in the comments that apparently that's how the showrunners were explaining it, about how the death of Miranda, instead of leading to the death of Flint's humanity, it led to Flint trying to kill his humanity, because his humanity reminded him of, the grief and the love and everything Miranda, and it hurt too much. So Flint, at the beginning of the season, is desperately trying to kill any amount of James that's left, right? All the human that's left, so he doesn't get to feel anything except rage, and he gets to fight back. Miranda, in his dreams, and Ghost Miranda, she's basically telling him that she misses who he used to be. Everything he's doing right now is going to lead to death. It's not a good path, right? She's trying to save him in that way. She's trying to lead them. Maybe that's his humanity, by the way, like the vision of Miranda, trying to save him.
Even when she was still alive, she was his humanity. His humanity. She was keeping him, kept him in check, kept him with morals, basically.
She also pushed him to get revenge.
She pushed him, but if something happened, she was able to reason with him.
Still, I feel like this version of Miranda, it's not really her ghost, right? It is Flint's conscious. It's
his guilt.
It's his subconscious. It's a voice inside his head that's telling him that the path he's on will lead to death, and it needs to change. He needs to grieve. He needs to let go. But letting go of the rage leaves him broken with the pain, the suffering, and not only his, but everyone else's, because he's in charge of all these men. He's led them into conflicts because of his dreams and his need for revenge, and it led to more deaths, and it's just piling on. He's suffered greatly, and he's only seeing death.
Speaking of which, I've never seen him being more honest with somebody else than Miranda.
That's what happened last episode, like them, becoming friends.
He basically just said out loud his fear, what he was thinking, that maybe the path to redemption and to just the future basically is just to accept the pardons.
I feel like the Flint that's left right now is the broken, sad Flint, who is, now that he's rejected in a way, rage. Like he's been stopped, right? Like being in the cage, being forced to stop, being faced with like the harsh reality of we have no resources, we're alone, like there's no one to fight right now.
He has time to think about it.
He has time to think, and he only sees death, so he's kind of like the James. Let's go like that, like Flint versus James, right? Who he used to be and who he's become. He's always hated Flint. He's always hated that mask, and now there's no reason to wear it because there's no one to fight. So James comes back, and he's just depressed. He's tired of fighting, and he also knows that he used to fight for the pardons. Like, him admitting it, it's true though, right? Like, he built this with everyone, with all the others. He built that opportunity with the intention of civilizing Nassau, which would give a future to the pirates. And now that he's tired of fighting, that makes a lot of sense, and he's just clashing. Flint and James are clashing, right? Like the path of resistance and the path of vengeance and stuff. And even if you take vengeance, just the path of fighting back clashes with, I don't want to be a monster. I worked for civilization of Nassau. We had a dream for the future. And it's just, now I'm supposed to go against the pardons. Like, it just doesn't work for him. So he wants to give up, man. He just wants to give up. And he sees like this community who also were tired of fighting back because it led only to more suffering. So they've created this little place where they get to survive, and they're looking out after like everyone, the kids and the next generation. And they in like John's eye, we could almost say that they've given up. In the daughter's eye, it looks like they've given up, but it's simply that they found their peace and they'd rather have that than nothing. I guess when you're in charge and you are responsible for the suffering and the deaths of people, there comes a time where you're like, okay,
enough
that's
is
not
enough.
what you want. That's not what you want, but yeah, enough is enough. I'd rather we survive, no matter what it means.
You said it, but I love the parallel with the fact that Flint is just like the mother, the one in charge of everybody else's life, from his crew, from her people, and you got John Silver and the daughter who has the rebellious spirit, who wants to fight back and be angry at it.
Like, these conditions are still unfair and I don't want to accept them. Like, someone like Flint or the mother would be like, we rejected those circumstances too. Like, Flint is saying, I should take the pardons of someone who is just as much a villain as I am, and he's treating me like a criminal, and I should say sorry, even though he's worse or just as bad. So he rejected those conditions, but he's starting to think that maybe the path of least resistance is just acceptation, right? Giving up the fight.
But do you think that no matter the outcome, there is a winning situation, or there's no winning situation no matter what?
What I was thinking in the episode is that he's saying to Miranda in his vision, right, that every path he sees leads to the same thing, right? Which in my mind is death. And I feel like having a conversation with John, I kept thinking John is going to give him another path. He was saying like, oh, Billy wants to run away. Another solution is just to stay here and die. Like, both paths lead to death.
We need a third option.
Yeah, the third option would be John and his brilliance and his plans. He wants to talk his way out of it, but he's good at connecting with people.
He got charisma.
But he saw it in the daughter.
Yeah.
That she shared that idea, and so far it's working because she is asking for their freedom. We just need to convince the mother.
I'm guessing that Mr. Scott will convince them for our freedom.
If he shows up before we die.
He needs to survive.
He's hurt now, so they will. I don't know if he survives.
They're gonna bring him with them.
I thought for sure it was the other guy, though. I kind of like, I looked at his coat and was like, that can't be him.
No, he was the one forward on the right side, Mrs. Scott.
They'll take him to the place and then we'll see. But he knows them, so there might be a chance.
Can vouch for us.
Depends. Well, he could vouch. Yeah, he could vouch for us, but still, it's gonna be a shit show whenever, like, whether they get out of there or not. If they get out of there and show up to Nassau, it's gonna be to find out that there's nothing left, man. Like, everyone has given up.
Speaking of Nassau, brilliant plan with Teach and Vane to set aflame the ship and just make their way through.
I really love the whole, like, giving up on Eleanor, like, not giving her the importance that people would assume she holds over Vane, because Charles has such a big history with her. You would expect him to either give up everything for his love for her, but we know she's betrayed him, like, too much, so now he's trying to leave that behind. Except after that, you would expect him to hate her and so much that he's just focused on her, right? That he's willing to die if it means taking her down with him. But he's matured quite enough, like, quite a lot. I feel like the lesson she might have taught him is that if his world revolves around her, it's gonna go to shit. He's matured. He's not letting his emotions control him. So that is good. And I mean, him and Blackbeard, I expect them to be good together. It's Blackbeard. Just them two taking down a shit ton of people because there's no fucking way Blackbeard lets Charles be taken. And not just him. There's a part of me that was thinking, like, don't you want to say to Blackbeard what Jack did for you? Because, like, I'm still angry about the comments that he gave about him.
He's gonna prove his worth in time.
He just did. He allowed him to leave.
True.
Charles said to Blackbeard that Jack had, you know, risked his life for him, and he would again. He literally, like, went against his crew who were like, give him up, right? So we have a chance.
I really love when Jack opened the door from the fort, point the gun to the guy's head, and just shoot him point blank. Because God, this is my counter-offer. I don't give a fuck what you have asked, what you want.
People were making fun of him. They were calling him out. They were saying, like, there's no escape, Jack. Look, give Charles up. Open the door. So he did open the door, but he's gonna fight for his friend. He cares. And this is cool because they're really pushing their friendship in this season, and I love it.
Which is so beautiful.
But he is, like, him doing that and not running away also makes sense because I can respect him saying that if he had followed Charles to Blackbeard, he would have survived only thanks to Charles' good graces and his protection, and that's not what he wants. He wants to be his own man. He wants to create his own legacy, right?
Yeah.
So that's a big risk because staying behind without the, you know, strength of a strong captain, a ship, a crew, there's just him and Anne. And Anne has the right idea to just leave and forget all of that. That's how you survive. But Jack wants a legacy. He wants a big name. He wants to do something. So I don't know what he's gonna do, but it's not gonna please him to escape. So I don't think he will. But then what else is left? I don't know. Right now he's hiding with Anne, but like I said, he went against his crew to help Charles escape. So he has currently no friend, or not many friends in Nassau. But he did it for Charles, man. He did it for Charles.
All right, so that's it for episode 4, guys.
Oh, let me just say quickly, though, I think that Eleanor and Woodes Rogers are definitely starting something.
They're gonna fuck.
I think that he's...
You think?
I think he likes her character. I think he likes and respects her intelligence, and he did not trust her at first, but now she's helping him quite a lot. And she's also capable of stepping back when she thinks his crusade won't work because of her. Like, she's basically saying, I won't be against you on this, so if I stand next to you, it will go against you, so I might as well step back. I think that show of humility, show of intelligence in a way, because it also meant that she, like, she's not putting her pride over the success of this. I think he liked that, and he's making moves slowly.
But do you think that she's being honest?
I don't think it matters.
Or she's playing him.
I don't think it matters
in the long run.
No, I think that she's definitely doing that because it means survival.
Yeah.
But she's got nothing else anyway, so I don't think it matters if she's doing it for herself or doing it for him. I don't think she's doing it because she cares about what he wants, but she's doing it because he's her only way to survive. If like being by his side and you know becoming close to him means she survives, she'll take it because that's what she's always done. She wants power, she wants independence, she wants to be strong. He can give her that, just like Charles could give her that. And that's not in her interest to go against him. So I think this is exactly... It could evolve into something else. But right now I feel like...
I mean, you said it best. He is interested in her character. She's smart. She got spirit. She's beautiful also.
I think,
so yeah. I can see it happening in the future.
I think he likes her, and I think it's in her interest to like him. We'll see where it goes. But I'm seeing threads of beginnings of something.
Yeah, but Rogers, be careful. She has a history of backstabbing her lovers.
Yeah, well...
I mean, yeah, both of them.
Thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out. The link is in the description below.
And if you don't, the next one will be on YouTube next week. So we're gonna see you then, guys.
Bye!